So at work, I have many jobs now because I took over a whole other place. So now I'm big boss bitch of both.
Entirely your fault.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where you're like, when you're good at your job, people just tell you to do more shit. But they're paying me more, so it's fine.
That's how I know you're inexperienced. The trick is to be like
Mediocre.
good enough that you don't get any complaints, but not too good to where you're constantly noticed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm allergic to that, so it doesn't happen. Anyway, so I have a new office, and I was cleaning the office out from the predecessor that was in there, and there was a drawer. It was full of normal office supplies, paper clips, pens, a box of Sharpies full of marshmallows that a rat heisted into that drawer and have been there for a year, so now they're hardened into a giant cube. All the normal things that you find in somebody's desk.
Do you think there's a dinosaur named Predecessor?
I fucking hope so, because that'd be cool. Do you think it would have tiny arms or long ones?
I feel like it's got to have long arms, right? No, small arms because it's the smallest arms because it's a predecessor to T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Sorry,
it's
I didn't
weirder.
mean to derail you. Go on.
No, I just found a drawer full of fucking hardened year-old marshmallows and was like, why were you keeping this?
Oh, that's it. Okay.
It was just an objectively strange thing to find in somebody's desk. And then, I did then ask the person I was with and be like, did you know about this? And they were like, yeah. I was like, and you guys did nothing? You just left this weird marshmallow cube here?
Maybe he was diabetic and needed like a quick sugar snack every now and then, or I don't know. And
the rats brought it to him? I don't know.
I you know more than I do. For me, we're not going to make a whole episode on it, but I did watch Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, my mom told me to watch that and said it was good, and I've been meaning to ask you if you've seen it.
I found myself not hating it. It's not good, but I wouldn't...
Not as bad as you thought? Because that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
I wouldn't group it with Madam Web or Morbius.
Thank God, because those are terrible.
The story was I didn't like that Kraven didn't have like a Russian accent. He's supposed to. And the actor in a previous Marvel movie as Quicksilver totally had like a Ukrainian accent. He could have fucking done it fine, but he had like a weird, I don't know, sort of Tennessee accent.
What the fuck?
I'm sure it doesn't. The CG in it sucks.
Russian, though?
Yeah, he's still Russian in this, but he's like raised in America, so he's got a weird American accent.
Oh, got it. Okay, they really went with he's a Texan from the South and kills tigers.
Not as bad, but like you can still kind of hear some sort of drawl on it, and it's
All right.
The CG sucks. In the beginning, there's like this big fake ass lion, and you could see through him.
What?
Like I paused it, and like you could see the background through the lion. So like,
do you think somebody was about to get fired, and they're like, lower the transparency, just enough that nobody notices?
Opacity to 80%.
Yeah.
But the movie introduced some Spidey villains, chameleons in it. Rhino, though this version of Rhino kind of sucks. I liked his powers, like the way he looked at the end, but he dies anyway, so who cares? But the movie wasn't, if it wasn't supposed to be a Spider-Man villain movie, I could see myself not hating it. There's far, far worse out there.
Well, sick. All right. I'll have to actually give it a chunk of my time then.
Again, not doing a full episode on it. It's not good enough or bad enough to
it falls
dedicate...
into neither of the Venn diagram. It's right in the middle.
I'd say a good 4 out of 10.
Okay.
If I'm being harsh.
You don't regret watching it.
Fact checker says Rhino looks like a door-to-door Mormon, and in human form, she's right. He looks like he's selling fucking weird Bibles. Fact checker.
I like how
totally
Mormonism is weird Bibles. Are they not all weird?
I mean, yeah, but they're weirder because in comparison to the standard Bible, it's weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Like yes, it is.
Jupiter wizards and shit. But like when he turns into Rhino, he looks kind of cool, but like I still didn't like the character, and the story they decided to go with was like, cool, throwaway Rhino. That was fun.
Okay. That's valid.
Could have done something cool with him. We could have actually saved him for a Spider-Man movie that you're planning eventually, so you say. But yeah, let's just get rid of it here.
It's just
fun.
like keeping you
Great.
on the
Fun.
edge. Oh my God. You know what was explained to somebody at work in front of me the other day? Well, not in front of me. Sorry. It was secondhand sharing. Yeah. Why the fuck does he look like he's going to give me a Mormon Bible?
He looks like the angriest video game nerd.
Where's his tie? That's all he's missing. He's got the little backpack and everything. Like he needs a bike and a tie.
That backpack has like IVs of rhino diabetes medicine that like goes into the hole in the side of his stomach.
Wow, that sounds like a weird
Stupid.
porn I watched last week.
It's weird to you. It's normal to me. Anyway, what were you saying about your friend that had to be explained where babies come from?
No, we're moving on.
Okay.
Ready to go?
Boy, shucks, howdy, yes.
Welcome to We Have That Who Wants to Be a Millionaire at Home. The only podcast to do the same shit to you twice, and we're gonna fucking commit to it this time. I'm on brand Rachel Regis Kelly.
And I'm apparently haven't suffered enough Gamage. Each week we do a wheel and we decide what the next episode's gonna be like on that wheel. We hit wild card and we thought it would be wild to do the same thing again, but on my terms this time.
I thought it would be wild to make Gamage suffer. It's not on your terms. It's on mine. I'm the host.
No,
fuck you.
Because now we're not just fucking stopping it one question in.
No, if you fail, we're done.
Okay. All right.
So if you get the first one wrong, we're done here.
You twisted my arm.
So I
she
made
doesn't know that I will actually end this episode and go play Assassin's Creed Shadows.
This is why I made the
know.
first one. You're going to be mad if you got it wrong. So
I hope that they're like actually challenging questions. Don't fucking
look.
What color's a fire truck? Here, I'm Rachel.
Here's how this starts in every one of these. They start off really simple. So we're going to start off really simple. And then it's going to get steadily more complicated.
We should go ahead and not explain how the game works because literally everybody knows it. This show's been around since like the 80s. Who fucking knows?
Gamage Gamma Gay. Watcher of Ghibli's, cutter of farts, beater of wives. Our second contestant for the year 2025.
Stop. That's not okay.
What?
I actually want to argue. No, I totally do. I cut them, I dice them, I serve them in a pot. No, I didn't like the Ghibli watcher.
You don't watch Ghibli's?
I am taking a stance. I am no longer a Ghibli fan.
Why?
I like 2, 3, 4, 5 movies, and I feel like in the last 20-ish years they've been mediocre.
And so what you're saying is you're a fair weather friend.
Is Spirited Away. No. Yes, actually, yes. No, I was just saying that, like, Brittany and I finally got around to watching The Boy and the Heron, and it was like...
Was it bad?
On paper, no. No. On paper, I'm like, you're reading it, you're watching the trailer, and you're like, damn, this movie's so fucking for me. It's very Spirited Away, very Princess Mononoke. And we watched it, and, like, I was so bored.
Oh, no.
I was so bored. It was just like... And then I started... After this movie, like, Brittany and I were kind of like, are all the movies like this, actually? The voice acting is amazing, though. You're right, fact checker. The voice acting was immaculate.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson's the Heron, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Dude. It's funny because we saw that Willem Dafoe was in the movie somewhere, and when I first heard Robert Pattinson's character, I thought that was Willem Dafoe.
Oh, that's a high compliment.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, and then later we actually hear Willem Dafoe, and I'm like, no, that's Willem Dafoe. Then who's the other one? We looked it up, Robert Pattinson. Wow, incredible work. Robert Pattinson deserves more praise than people give him credit for.
He does. He's actually quite a good actor.
But again, the movie, I don't know. It just kind of had like, it was just, I didn't care, you know? If you watch a movie and you're like, I don't care. I could literally turn this off and go fucking...
Do anything else.
take a shit. I don't. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt.
That's your alternative to watching The Boy and the Heron. I could go take a shit right now.
But it's worth noting that like I didn't care about this movie any more than I did like Ponyo or any of the other ones that came out somewhat after Spirited Away. I'm just saying that like I started going back and like thinking about other Ghibli movies, and like they kind of have like this sort of formula. Like there's some outliers that are incredible, but yeah, they aren't for me anymore. Thank you, fact checker.
I mean, you can't leave gold every time.
Sure. I feel like when Studio Ghibli was at its biggest was like during a time when there wasn't a whole lot of outlets for Japanese animation in the United States. So like it was like an oasis in this dry land, and you're like, you know, when you're thirsty in the desert, all water tastes refreshing.
I got you.
But then when you're actually surrounded by all this water, you get a little bit, this one's a little too salty. This one tastes like Nichols, Daisani. And then you you get more judgy about it.
Okay, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
It's Daisani. I'm putting down.
But this episode's not about that. We're going to move on.
Yeah, sorry for padding the time, because there's no way you're going to be able to fill up fucking an hour in with this.
Gamage. Gamage. Rejecter of Ghibli's. Cutter of farts. Beater of wives. Our second contestant for the year 2025. Oddly enough, we did actually have somebody else, Jeff Hartman, who was going to be our second contestant, but he has very recently gone missing. If anyone's seen or heard from Jeff Hartman in the last 72 hours, we'll put a picture of him up in a moment. Please call. His family is incredibly worried. They haven't seen him in days. We're all very concerned.
I don't know what this bit is,
but
Rachel.
Luckily, Gamage happened to be here at the same time Jeff was supposed to be here, and said that he could film a second time. So, silver lining, not all is lost. Gamage gets a second try, and hopefully everybody finds Jeff Hartman soon. So, Gamage.
I don't know what this whole bit was. Like,
it was me implying that you murdered the second contestant.
No, because that would imply that I care to be on the show. So I sabotaged and pulled strings to get me back on the show that I was totally happy to leave.
Yep.
Sure.
Anyway, I didn't say you know how you have to suspend your belief for a film to be good? That's what we're doing here.
It's bad yes ending. I'll agree that I'm just like, I don't get it. Stupid. No.
So Gamage, you're still wherever the fuck you are. You're still married. You're still alive. And definitely breathing, I think. What would you do with the $1 million if you won?
I'd buy 2 hosts.
And so you don't have to work anymore?
Yeah, like I'd literally I'd buy a host to replace my current one, and then another host to replace me, and then they could make a podcast, and then I would listen to it. And
would you and your current host that you're then replacing start a new podcast?
Really, I'm just saying that I'd quit. I'd quit. Not my job. I'd quit.
I have to do that in writing. You have to give it 2 weeks. Otherwise, you're evicted.
Nope. 2 weeks notices are bullshit. Who cares?
All right, Gamage, you're 15 questions away from $1 million. Rules are quite simple.
No. I'm going to go on a rant about 2 week notices.
The more questions you get right, the more money you win. Once you reach question 5 or 10, you're guaranteed $1,000 or $32,000 respectively.
Oh my God, Rachel! Everybody knows how the show is played.
We'll take away 2 of the wrong answers. Ask the audience. We'll poll our listeners.
I'm gonna cut you down
to see what they think the answer is. Phone a friend. You can call anyone here in America, specifically America. Do not call internationally.
That fucking makes me want to call Japan.
Fuck you, no. All right, let's go. Let's
what are you
play.
Gonna do? What are you going to do?
Who wants to be a millionaire? All right, Gamage, are you ready?
No.
For 100 raccoons. Who plays the drums for them crooked vultures? A, Josh Homme. B, John Paul Jones.
I'm pretty sure it's
C,
Josh Homme.
Alain Johannes. Not Alanis Morissette. D, Dave Grohl.
It's D for Dave Grohl.
Bum, 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 bum. Yes, it is.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Josh Homme. He's the singer for Queens of the Stone Age.
I
know you don't. You can't. You're asking questions you don't actually know.
I barely wrote this question. Yeah. Gamage. For 200 grasshoppers, which sport is played with a shuttlecock? A. Tennis. B. Jai Allah. C. Cricket. D. Badminton.
Are they all D? Is that what I'm getting here? D, badminton.
Let's find out. Fantastic. That is indeed the correct answer. For 300 cigarette burns. If a car is traveling at 60 miles per hour, how far can the car go in 1 minute? A. 1 mile. B. 6 miles. C. 10 miles. D. 1 minute.
I wasn't listening. I only heard the answers.
If a car is traveling at 60 miles per hour, how far can the car go in 1 minute? A. 1 mile. B. 6 miles. C. 10 miles. D. 1 minute.
I'm going to go with D, 1 minute.
What?
D. They've all been D. I understand now. I get your game master.
No.
You don't
Is
rule
that
me.
your final answer? If a car is traveling at 60 miles per hour, how far can it go in 1 minute? And you're choosing D, 1 minute?
I am, yes, because it's going 1 minute, so it got 1 minute in.
That's stupid. You do not get 300 cigarette burns.
Oh, darn.
It's A, 1 mile. Fuck you.
Oh, darn.
For 500 slaps in the face, how many Lion King films are there? A, 2. B, 3. C, 4. D, 5.
I believe the answer is A, 1 Lion King movie.
This isn't fun if you're not going to play.
No. Listen, it's 1 Lion King movie because the other one is Lion King 2. And then it goes into Lion King, Timon and Pumbaa or some shit. I don't know.
It's 1.5, you fucking plebe.
If you ask my grandfather, he'll put his foot down and be like, there's only 1 Lion King movie and 2 genders. He's very, very on it about this.
An extremely black and white gentleman.
Just white. Just white.
Let's redefine here. All right, Gamage. You've so far sucked absolute dick at answering these questions.
That's a compliment.
Because you're good at dick
Unless you're
sucking?
homophobic. Are you homophobic, Rachel?
I plead the fifth.
I don't know. If you look at it from a conceptual state, I'm like 4 for 4 already. Or 5? I don't actually know how many questions we're in.
For 1,000 gigabytes of primate kisses.
That's
question 5.
That's like 2 photos.
Yes. Now remember, if you answer this correctly, you get to keep those 1,000 gigabytes that show primate kissing videos.
Sure.
If you don't, you walk away with nothing.
I mean, that's fine. I evaded the cigarette burns and slaps, so I think I'm going good.
At the end of the 1933 movie King Kong, from what landmark does the giant ape fall? A. Statue of Liberty. B. Empire State Building. C. Twin Towers. D. A Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade balloon.
I haven't actually seen that movie, but I'm plugged into the zeitgeist, so I know it's the Empire State Building, right?
You are correct, sir.
You didn't ask if that was my final answer. Maybe I was still mulling it over.
Were you? Would you like to change it?
It's too
It'd
late
be a
now.
Thanksgiving Day Parade balloon.
It's too late. Move on.
You don't want to go back? Okay.
I would never want to go back.
For kazoos valued at for a quantity of kazoos that is valued at $2,000 is your next question.
That is every kazoo ever times 2.
You are factually correct. There's a whole collection agency standing by for this one. For Nintendo of America, what was Princess Peach's original name? A. Madam Peaches. B. Princess Toadstool. C. Princess Peach. D. Lady Toadstool.
I'm surprised you didn't throw Pauline in there to like kind of as a red herring, because Pauline was in the original Super Mario game, the original Donkey
I thought
Kong
about
game.
throwing some other lady like names in there, but I figured you would know those, so I was like, they're not going to be good red herrings.
It is totally Princess Toadstool though.
Is that your final answer?
Oh my god, yeah. I'm already over the final answer thing. I should have said shit.
You fucked up. Now I'm going to ask it on every single one, maybe twice. You are correct. It is Princess Toadstool. Fun fact, that was only for Nintendo of America. In Japan, she has always been Princess Peach, but Americans decided peaches had nothing to do with the Mushroom Kingdom, so they called her Princess Toadstool for a while.
Yeah, it's because it's stupid. Because in Japan, there's the oh my god, what's his fact checker? What's the Peach boy's name? The boy that's like grown inside of a peach or some shit.
What?
Tokomaru? Tokomaru? It's something. Momotaro. Thank you. Momotaro is born from peaches.
You were close?
Yeah, I think that there was like sort of a similarities between him and Princess Peach.
I have no fucking clue.
They
what
love
you're
them
about.
peaches.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Anyway, question 7. For 4,000 of those weird little beads where if you add water, they expand. In
That's
Pokemon
a lot.
Snap, what is the first Pokemon you can take a photo of? A. Pikachu. B. Pidgey. C. Butterfree. D. Meowth.
I'm pretty sure it's is it Pidgey? Or was it a Pidgeotto? Can you define if it's a Pidgey or a Pidgeotto? Because I thought it was a Pidgey.
I'm pretty sure it's a Pidgey.
Thought it was a Pidgeotto.
I have Pidgey written.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with
any
that
version of a Pidgeotto. How about that?
Sure. Yeah, that one.
Great choice. Fantastic.
I know because the fucking tutorial stops you on fucking Pidgey, and it's just like, better take a photo. And you're.
I was gonna ask you a really niche, more complicated question that somebody recommended to me because they were like, "Oh, Gamage just talked about Pokemon before," and it was gonna be like,
"Give me that question."
Okay, I'm halfway giving it to you because I haven't confirmed this.
Yeah.
On I think the first or second level of Pokemon Snap, there's a Pokemon at the end of the level that you take a photo of and your camera doesn't work. What Pokemon is that?
Oh,
this one's open-ended.
I'm pretty sure that's Ghastly, isn't it?
Perhaps. Don't know. They said they thought it was one of those magnetic Pokemon. Well, that's why I said I don't know it. We started.
Fantastic. I'm real glad we did this.
Yeah, me too. This has been great. Question 8. For a millipede that only has 8,000 legs, what gives plants their green color?
Dude, he lost 20% of his legs. That's a lot.
A. Chlorophyll. B. Carotene. C. Keratin. D. Chlorine.
The answer is chlorophyll, and that's the
You
funny
are
answer. So
correct, sir. It is indeed chlorophyll that gives plants their green color. Question 9. For 16,000 grains of sand, which sounds like a lot, but really fills just a tiny little vial, in which desert can you find the Great Sphinx? A. Gobi. B. Mojave. C. Sahara. D. Kalahari.
I legitimately don't know. The Gobi Desert?
Is that your final answer? Would you like to use 50-50 or phone a friend or poll the audience?
Yeah, I'll just do 50-50. I still have all those, so may as well, right?
Okay. For 50-50, I'm taking out 2 of the incorrect answers. In which desert can you find the Great Sphinx? Sahara or Kalahari?
I'm going to guess Sahara. I thought the Sahara was, like, further away, but
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
Bwah, 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 bwah! You're correct. It is Sahara. I don't know what fucking sounds. For how much of this show that I watched to prepare for this, I really don't know what the fucking sound cards are.
Can you blend it all together, like the noises from Jeopardy, but then also speak like the weakest link bitch?
You are the weakest link. Goodbye is all I know.
I mean,
so I don't
that's
know
it.
how to
You got
talk.
it. Wow.
Do I just talk like this the whole time?
Yeah, basically. No,
okay.
I hate you now. And
for
before
32,000 strands of carpet in your poop. Question 10. If you answer correctly, you get to keep the 32,000 strands of carpet in your poop. If you don't, you still walk away with, I don't actually know if you got the question right, 1,000 primate kisses or something like that. I don't remember what it was. All right, Gamage, are you ready? There's only 5 questions between you and the million.
Yep.
Question 10. What state is Peter Quill from? A, Mississippi, B, Michigan, C, Missouri, D, Minnesota.
I don't know, but also it's okay if I get this one wrong because I don't want that carpet poop.
You better pray that you get this one wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's Mississippi, but that makes me want to guess one of the other ones. It's not Montana. No, he's not fucking...
Montana's not an option.
You said Montana.
No, I said A, Mississippi, B, Michigan, C, Missouri, D, Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota's what I'm thinking of, not Montana. I always confuse Montana and Minnesotans because they're like the same. Minnesotas.
I too am confused by gendered sodas.
I'm going to guess Missouri because it's not Mississippi.
Blah, 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 blah. You are correct. You get 32,000 carpet fibers in your next shit.
Oh, man. Was it Michigan?
It's Missouri. What the fuck?
Oh, wait. What did I say?
You said C. You said C.
There's
way too many M named states.
I should have gone with fucking Mississippi. All right.
Yeah. Well, now you get carpet fibers in your next poop.
I'm
Make sure you count them because if all 32,000 of those don't get out of your system, you will experience symptoms of IBS. So make sure you count them.
All right, so I'm 2 for 2 on nothing then. I'm sending you all of those carpet fibers. Get ready for the fucking Christmas package of a lifetime.
You're gonna want to have somebody to count them as a double check because if you miss even one, you probably just need to go get your whole system pumped.
Get your whole shit checked out.
Yeah, literally the whole shit. Get it checked out. Are you ready to move on to the next question?
Yeah. Do you think we're going through these too fast? It's already like 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Is this all you had planned?
I don't know how to go slower. Well, it's only 15 questions on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, so I had that prepped. I figure between the last episode and this one, it will make a full hour.
Oh, but last episode was like 5 minutes, and was the point.
Yeah, but we're not posting them separately. I mean, we are, but we're not posting them like this. That next one's not going out on Sunday. It's going out on a Monday.
Yeah, read them slower and more dramatic. Thank you, fact checker. I think it's too late, but okay. Sure, we can
redo it. I can just reread the questions dramatically, and then you can cut it back.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll think of something.
You could just
slow down. You can make me sound really weird.
Just slow it down by like half.
I was editing the little vampire episode, and I was so annoyed when you were like listing off the vampire superpowers, because even in the episode, I'm like, no, stop. I almost sped you up and made you just be like...
You should have. It would have been funny.
Nah, I don't... I don't have enough motivation in my life.
Speed me up for a small clip. Okay. We need to talk to your therapist.
I don't have one.
That's our first problem. Have you ever seen fish eggs?
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the next question. Have you ever seen fish eggs?
Yes, I have.
Incorrect!
What? The hell have I been looking at?
Those are actually small fish testicles.
That's incorrect. You're incorrect.
They're small fish. Hey.
Thank you for being on our show.
It's a wives' tale. Those are small fish testicles. Nobody wants to talk about it, so they call them fish eggs. Both are weird. When you bite down and it like gushes in your mouth, fish jizz.
No.
Yeah.
I almost want fact checker to fact check you, but
shocking, I know. Look, I was just as affronted as you were.
I don't believe you.
Anyway, question 11.
I refuse to believe, not in that fact, but in the possibility that you know more about a fish than I do. That's what I'm holding on to.
That's such a weird hill to need to die on. Rachel cannot possibly know more about a fish than I do. What? Anyway, question 11. For 64,000 fish testicles,
Oh my God.
which of the following women wrote about her experiences as a Playboy bunny? A. Betty Friedan. B. Gloria Steinem. C. Candace Bergen. D. Margaret Cho.
Now, you put together these questions based on how you know me. I'm getting that right?
A little bit, yes. Some of them, no, but mostly yes.
Is this one of those no ones? Because I don't think we've ever had a conversation where I feel like I've given you the impression that I know anything about Playboy.
I just figured you were a teenage boy once, so somewhere in your brain this crossed over.
It didn't. In fact, the only name on there I recognized was Margaret Cho, and it cannot be her.
Well, you've eliminated one. How do you feel about the others?
I don't. Tell me the names again.
You still have the ability to phone a friend and poll the audience.
Both of those are just having fact checker Google it for me.
A. Betty Friedan. B. Gloria Steinem. C. Candace Bergen.
I mean, Candace and Gloria are more Playboy names, I suppose.
I don't know. Betty was a sexy name back in the day.
That's true. Yeah, that's Betty Page was like a big one.
What would you do if Betty that used to come into our store used to be a Playboy bunny?
She probably was, but it's fine because I've never fucking looked at a Playboy in my life.
I think I'd be
Crisis averted. You get mad because you immediately start picturing her in your head, and that's a you problem.
No, I'd be mad that she was once cool and is now yelling at me about her roof shingles.
We're hella alienating the audience. There was this old lady named Betty. She sucked. She was racist and sexist and
she's
all
super
kind fat phobic. She sucked, but we know her. You don't. Congratulations, you're now in on it. You lack the experiences with this person than we do. So
but she used to be a Playboy bunny.
Ultimately, we're wasting your time. I don't know why you still haven't fast forwarded 10 seconds into this episode to get
Gamage,
past this.
Let's be honest. Every episode we post is a waste of their time.
It's a waste of my time,
If anything, this one's a little bit less of one, because if you go to trivia this week and one of these questions happens to be on trivia, it could be marginally useful.
That's a net win.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask the audience.
The audience poll predominantly thinks Gloria Steinem, followed by Betty Friedan, and then Candace Bergen and Margaret Cho is last.
Who is this audience?
It was me when I watched the episode that this question was on.
Okay, I'm going to go with B. Gloria Flemings. I don't know.
Steinem.
Sure.
Learn to read.
I can't see it. I don't. There's no words for me to read.
You are correct, Gamage. It is indeed
I
Gloria
correct.
Steinem.
I'm so right. I knew that.
I don't know how I got that question right when I was watching it, but I was immediately like, oh, it's Gloria Steinem. Don't know who the fuck that is.
Is this why you put this in there, just to show that you knew the answer to this question?
No, I just genuinely thought
behavior.
Maybe because you used to go to the tip-top Playboy parties that you might fucking know who this, the names would live somewhere in your brain.
I have been inside of the Tip Top Club once in my life. And the Playboy parties were different. They're a friend of ours did a local charity thing called the Playboy parties. But
oh my God. In Arcata near Humbrew's, I think it's Arcata, and that might be, I don't know, wherever Humbrew's is. There's a place nearby that's what What the fuck is it called? It's like a BDSM club. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name right now.
Burlesque?
No. It starts with
Cabaret?
an S.
S&M?
No, it's like the name of it.
Scandinavia?
No, we're gonna move on. Anyway.
Are you sure? This is really fun.
Yeah, this is great. Fuck you. There was gonna be an aside that you needed to pull out of the episode anyway.
This is getting kept in there. Are you kidding me?
No. That's why I'm just giving up on it. It's fine. 4.
5.
125,000 seconds of me going,
The answer's A.
played on repeat.
It's A. Final answer.
Every
Locked
day
in.
for the rest of your life.
Locked in.
What does Lightning, the protagonist in Final Fantasy XIII, have in common with Mikhail Gorbachev, the former president of the Soviet Union? A. Both love communism. B. Both speak Russian. C. Both have had pink hair. D. Both were models for Louis Vuitton.
I enjoy this episode primarily because it proves once and for all that Rachel doesn't know who I am at all.
Why? Because I made a Final Fantasy 13 question instead of your fucking favorite one?
You not only made the question Final Fantasy 13 question, not one of my favorite ones, but you did the one Final Fantasy that I fucking had. I trudged through Final Fantasy 13. I skipped as much of it. I cheated to get through that game. I did not care about it,
actually,
for it.
What we're discovering is I know so much about you that I intentionally fucking picked this one, because if I picked the other ones, you would have kicked my ass.
I mean, you thought I was this big Ghibli lover and that I go Coco for sushi, and all of those are wrong. And then you also picked my attention span so little, I forgot the question the Playboy one. Yeah, you thought I knew Playboy. I don't.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening when you were talking. What?
It's really fun. We can only do one delirious person an episode, and I already declared it.
Lightning and Mikhail Gorbachev, the former president of the Soviet Union, have something in common. Both love communism, both speak Russian, both have had pink hair, both were models for Louis Vuitton. One of these is true.
I'm gonna go with what I know about Final Fantasy 13. Louis Vuitton is not in that universe. Whatever B was, that doesn't exist in the universe either. And A was communism. Technically, Lightning is for communism, but it's not known as communism, so I can't really say that. I'm going to go with pink hair, because she does have pink hair. The other guy might have pink hair. That's the logic for my answer.
D, they were both models for Louis Vuitton.
I mean, technically, I guess. Yeah, because of the advertising. Yeah.
I like how you were like, I know this doesn't exist, and then the second I say the answer is that, you're like, yeah, I guess because of the advertising.
It's not in the universe. They just use Lightning outside of the Final Fantasy 13 game, because Final Fantasy 13 was a shit game for shills, and I'm sick of people being nostalgic for something that sucked in the first place. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, sure. I can't wait to hear you talk about a part of Spider-Man that I don't know or care about. Because
you know what's great is the next question was Spider-Man. I'm not even joking. And it's probably, it's so perfect. I'm so excited.
Fantastic. Here we go.
And it's also funny because I was asking if you wanted to continue your TED Talk, and then you just happened to call out the next question. So this is great. Question 13. For an egg sac that's filled with 250,000 baby spiders that will grow to be the size of small Volkswagen bugs, who was the first person to play live-action Spider-Man? A. Tobey Maguire. B. Nicholas Hammond. C. Kirk Allen. D. Lewis G. Wilson.
I don't know who the original was. It like the 70s? I don't know. I'm going to go with Kurt Nottingham.
That wasn't an answer. A. Tobey Maguire. B. Nicholas Hammond. C. Kirk Allen, D. Lewis G. Wilson.
It was the Alan B. Rutherford. I don't. These names are not.
Rutherford.
It's.
It's like you added so many extra letters.
It's like I'm like equal parts annoyed, tired, don't care, and I'm like cooking under this blanket. So like I'm like you're saying things and none of it's sticking. It's like
you're a recipe for success.
It's soggy pasta on a window with oil on it. I don't know where I was going with that.
What? That sounds gross.
You're gross.
All right.
But I don't judge you for it.
Sounds like you are.
I judge you
based
for
on your tone.
No, I judge you for other things.
Oh, just not because I'm gross. Anything else though?
Kirk and or Allen. Thank you, fact checker.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Is
go
that
with
your
one
final
of those.
answer?
Kirk and or Allen. Yes.
Incorrect. It is B. Nicholas Hammond. He played the first Spider-Man in I think 1977.
Yeah.
And Kirk Allen played the first Superman, and Lewis G. Wilson played the first Batman.
Oh,
I think they both played their
really
respective
interesting.
roles in the 40s. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I know you don't give a fuck because it's DC.
Well,
Fuck you.
no. Do not. Okay, you. Rachel does not know me at all. I love DC. I've never been a part of this. Oh, Marvel's better. Like, no, it's the people that do that are tourists. They have no business enjoying fucking coming into this world
Did
and then
you
judging the
say
other side.
Tourists or like terrorists with a weird southern accent?
Yes, both of those. No, tourists. Tourists are what people see. People in fandoms will
Astrology.
judge people
Taurus.
who come into the fandom, but then like pretend shit that like they'll come in and be like, oh, that DC sucks, right? And it's like, no, we all love DC. I don't know what your problem is. That's tourist behavior.
Chill out. It's tourist
It's
behavior.
like it's kind of like gatekeeping adjacent, but not bad.
Is it
'cause
adjacent or is it just gatekeeping?
I'm doing a bad job of it, but it's basically because it's a lot of people who come into I'm trying to think of a good example because there's been like video games or movies or even anime where it's like this thing has always kind of been one way, but then tourists will come in and be like, this way is bad. Like the fact that they're including black people when it always included black people, and I don't know what you're talking about. That's tourism. That's not gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is like purposely keeping people out because you're a douchebag.
Okay.
Tourist is like
I
the
guess.
opposite of like the person coming in is a bad person. So gatekeeping is kind of sort of low key okay. I'm cooking, so I'm not explaining it well. I know that when I listen to this episode, I'll be like, oh, I have a perfectly like articulated, worded response to this, and that's not me in this moment.
I think you're gonna like re-listen to this argument that you just laid out and go, what?
No, I know what I'm talking about. I just can't word it correctly. But like,
Yeah, well, you're in your own head, of course you do.
Here,
but
fuck
you're gonna
off.
hear the words that are coming out of your mouth and go, because it half makes sense.
we're halting this whole thing because you're a fucking dumb bitch.
I just think of that cosplayer they claimed was trying too hard by doing a steampunk Joker, but it ended up being a real character. Oh, like they were giving him shit and it was an actual character? Or it became a character?
I don't know what you're talking with Brittany about, but I'm doing something else.
A steampunk Joker sounds cool. Why would you give somebody shit about that?
Oh, thank you. No. Yes. Fact checker has stumbled onto what I was talking about.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull it up. It's Duella Dent. Somebody cosplaying as Duella Dent. Thank you, Brittany. I love you. It's yeah. I got it. So
That's so cute.
the meme is like this person is cosplaying as Duella Dent, and
Yes.
somebody,
I remember this.
Yeah, and then somebody commented, steampunk gender swap Joker in a Willy Wonka hat. Congratulations, you made trying too hard into an art form. And then they're called out like, you're going to judge someone's cosplay. You better learn your fucking shit because this is Duella Dent. This is an actual character. That's what tourism is in like fandoms, is it's somebody who comes in to comment on something and they don't actually know shit.
I got you. Okay. I'm understanding what you're putting down.
Thank you, Brittany. You've saved my, I don't know, credibility. I don't know why I care.
No, just your shittily crafted argument. It had good meat, just no fucking bones. There was no structure.
I don't like bones. I like it when the meat is just melt in your mouth, deliciousness. You like bones in your meat?
Yeah. I like bony meat.
Oh, or
There's
they
a joke
fact
there.
checker says, or they look at your band T-shirt and then ask you to name your favorite song and then say that you're wrong.
Somebody did that to me while I was wearing a band t-shirt, and I said, I don't know, I don't listen to them. I just like the shirt. And I've never seen someone get more deflated and angry at the same time faster.
I know that you know that band too. And you're just
Yeah,
fucking,
exactly. It's just fucking with them.
especially because you're a woman, it makes it like way fucking worse. This person just seethed in their own brain. Oh, that's a dream situation.
No, it's fucking magical.
Yeah,
I loved it.
But tourism is like where tourism is gatekeeping, but not actually being a part of the fandom or having any
it's
knowledge of it.
Gatekeeping when you fucking own no gates.
Yes.
You're being an asshole. You don't even have a fucking gate. You're just a dick.
Okay. Let's move on to what this episode is about. It's about
Gamage, you're 2 questions away from the million.
Oh, we're still doing that. I thought it was something else for a minute.
No, I know you hoped and prayed that I would forget, but no. For 500,000 bitch slaps. Number 14. At the end of the first Avengers film released in 2012, the Avengers go to eat shawarma at what restaurant? We're looking for the name of the restaurant within the cinematic universe, not in real life. A. The Shawarma Palace. B. Shalom Grill. C. Shawarma, shawarma, shawarma. D. A Lot Burger.
Shawarma Palace.
You are correct.
Oh, that was the only one that stuck in my mind that I stuck with it because
Shawarma Palace.
I don't actually know the answer. I heard Shawarma Palace and I'm like, that's my answer. I don't care.
Well, you
I
fucking
can't,
nailed it.
Go me. Just failing upward is what you're going to remember me as.
You're doing an exceptional job of falling up the stairs. All right, Gamage, you're 1 question away from the million. Are you ready?
Depends on what that million is. Is it like a million Hershey Kisses that have been shat out by Hugh Hefner? Is it a million toe grabs from the snake named Wilson down the street? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is
When
it?
you say a
What is
snake
it?
named
What is it?
Wilson, are you
What
talking
is it?
about like an actual
What is it?
slithery snake?
What is it?
Or like when you
What
call
is
a
it?
human
What is it?
snake?
What is it? What
For
is it?
1 million doll hairs and a spot as co-host of this show. Shocking turn of events, I know. Number 15. In 1962, Spider-Man first appeared.
I don't know.
In
I
which
was fucking.
comic
I
book?
wasn't alive then.
Spider-Man first appeared in which comic book? A. The Amazing Spider-Man number 1.
Nope.
B. Adventure Comics number 15.
Nope.
C. Journey into Mystery number 35.
Nope.
D. Amazing Fantasy number 15.
Yeah, that's the one. All right, I'm gonna go with B. Sorry,
Is D your final answer?
it is B as in boy.
D as in doy? You're correct, Gamage. You just won 1 million doll hairs. There's a truck outside your house right now about to drop those 1 million doll hairs on your front lawn. Have fun getting it out of the grass.
That is incredible packaging. That is incredible shipping because like there's things like I buy things from GamerSups and they take like 2 fucking weeks to get here.
Yeah, we don't believe in that kind of a turnaround time here. It's instantaneous. Well, now, Fact Checker says, we have enough hairs in this house. Well, now you have enough hairs outside the house, too.
Yeah.
Wow. What a feat. How do you feel? What are you going to do with your 1 million doll hairs?
I think I'm going to fashion them into a noose and I'm going to hang myself in the bathroom.
Oh my God, when did you learn how to tie a knot?
Boy Scouts.
Did they teach you how to tie a noose in Boy Scouts?
No, it's somebody I named Boy Scout. Boy Scout taught me how to make a noose.
Oh, Boy Scout?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Boy
he's really
Scout.
good at tying knots.
He's specifically good at nooses. I'm surprised he's lived this long because of how good he is. I think he's just made it his
At
mission.
nooses. Yeah.
A noose mission.
He it's actually kind of funny to me that Boy Scout has a rivalry with the Boy Scout.
Fact checker said you guys are funny, and I don't know if it's sarcasm or if she's generally just giving us
I'm almost
applause.
100% certain that this is sarcasm.
I don't know. There's no sarcasm tag on there.
No part of this is funny.
I don't know. Boy Scout is pretty good. The bad thing though, because Boy Scout
Whatever
is
helps
not
you sleep at night.
Boy Scout is in no way affiliated with the Boy Scouts of America. Different things. But I will say that Boy Scout did touch my butthole.
$1 Boy Scout. Did he touch your butthole with the doll hairs?
I will just say Boy Scout touched my butthole.
Here you go.
I was well into my 20s, and it was in McDonald's bathroom.
Thank you.
Again,
that's all I wanted to know.
Not the same as Boy Scouts of America, but Boy Scout did touch my butthole.
In the McDonald's bathroom with the tip of his penis, but you were 21. It was fine.
I mean, it was the tip of his penis and also his two. We got something else. Come on.
I like how you're like, and also
this is stupid. It's so stupid.
Look, you talking about your adolescent whimsies isn't stupid. Be more open.
You keep bringing up that I was underage. I wasn't. I can't stress this enough. We're not talking about pedophilia on this podcast. Stop it.
Anyway, to not talk about pedophilia, what music are you listening to this week? Please don't say Elmo.
Elmo? Why would I say Elmo?
I don't know. It's children's music. It feels related.
Do you wanna say your music thing over again? Because currently I'm gonna have to cut that in half to exclude the pedophile part, and it's just gonna sound like you're clipping in.
Gamage, can you tell me which music you've been listening to this week?
Let's do that again, third time. Real quick, as going with this trend of talking about your last week's pick, I did listen to Sure, and I kind of liked it. I did enjoy Cup, and Sway was really good. But on to my actual music recommendation. Number 12 on the Gamage Rabbit list is Sawyer Hill. This guy falls into that category of, wow, I wasn't expecting that voice from that face. Joking aside, Sawyer Hill does have a really great voice. Kind of reminds me of like a 90s early Knots alternative rock, Stone Temple Pilots meets Pearl Jam kind of inflection. You know, like the you know, that kind of inflection. Like
I got what you're.
Grunge
I'm picking up what
thing.
you're putting down. Yeah.
His library is pretty small, so you can expect to get through it in like an hour.
Sick.
Look at the Time as probably my favorite. It has a very early Knots, Nickelback, before everyone hated them kind of sound. You remember that time. It was like a whole year, and then everybody's like, wow, Nickelback sucks. You may also enjoy For the Hell of It, Aiming at My Head, You're Seen, or High on My Love, which you might have heard before. I think High on My Love is his biggest song, and I think I've heard it elsewhere too.
Okay. Sick. Looking forward to it.
I hope you are.
In true Rachel fashion, I didn't listen to who you suggested last week, and I don't fucking remember who you suggested last week, so...
Or the week before that, or the week before that. Did you ever listen to Mayhem?
Yes. I want to say yes. That's the Lady Gaga album?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I listened to that. I was super psyched that it was kind of like a resurgence of her, like her original style that she got famous on.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like she's made music that even sort of remotely touches that vibe.
But even more so because
she got famous.
Yeah, but even more so because it's about her original style, but also like her influences as well, like woven into that. I do love it.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah, no, I was a big fan of that. I spent the next day after we recorded listening to it.
Yeah. Killa is I feel like Killa is the one that I'm landing on every time. That's one that gets stuck in my head more than anything. Also Shadow Man.
I think I want to go through it another time before I commit to which one is my top fave.
All right,
I have not decided.
What have you been listening to this last week?
This last week, I've been listening to Len Blake. She is an artist from New Zealand that I think lives in London now. I don't know. I Googled her. But she does sort of like depending on the album and the song, kind of like pop, indie, R&B, going for more, how do I say this? More like down-to-earth lyrics where she's like actually talking about shit in life.
Yeah.
But the couple of songs that I have to suggest from her are Like That, Te Paringa, and Lost in Comfort, I think are the three that have stuck with me thus far. But she's, I think that's like most of her songs that are out and available because she's a brand new up and coming artist. She only has like 33,700 monthly listeners.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of the ones on my Gamage Rabbit list have been where it's like there's like less than tiny. There's like less than 10,000. Don't talk while you yawn, you dumb
I
bitch.
know I stopped. Yes, she's a very small artist.
Yeah, and I'm almost worried sometimes that like I have to get to all of the ones that are small artists on my Gamage Rabbit list like fast enough because they're gonna blow up. Some of them are definitely gonna blow up before long, so I want to get under the thing. Like Sawyer Hill. Sawyer Hill's very unlistened to, and a couple of his songs he has like 3 million listens to, but like it's still pretty unheard of. Like I don't think he has an actual tangible album out.
Hopefully this is like your Chappell Roan superpower where they're just suddenly gonna become like insanely famous.
Again, it's like 1 for 100 that I recommend, so
still you're throwing them at the wall and one of them's sticking. It's better than 0.
I guess.
Yeah, that's our music for the week. Thank you guys for listening. If you liked what you heard or you also think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire should have stayed dead, please like and subscribe on whatever your most favorite podcasting place is. If you want us to talk about a thing, you can email us at whtpah@gmail.com. That's at gmail.com. Sorry, I sneezed. You can follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home, all one giant word, spelled correctly, or WHTPAH on Blue Sky. That's on Blue Sky. I have a question for you before we close out.
I also wanted to thank me for the use of our theme song. All these swings that I've done off of the album Verily Forsooth Indubitably. Available as first place prize in the local pumpkin chasing festival. Make sure to catch the most pumpkins. Now, what did you want to say after interrupting me?
Actually, I stated my question before you started talking, so fuck you.
Well, no, I was saying that that's my slotted time. That is my allotted time, and you decided to trample on my reserved time to talk about my theme song for whatever dumb bullshit you wanted to talk about that's super important. Here's your time. Here's your time, Rachel. Here we go. Here, the floor is yours.
You know when we talked about how you should wave your "Don't Tread on Me" flag around when you don't want me to interrupt you? You didn't do that, so fuck you.
I don't have a "Don't Tread on Me." I have a one of the cat with
Regis Kelly.
Regis Kelly.
Regis Fieldman.
Regis Kelly?
Regis Fieldman. I think I've been saying his name wrong the whole time.
Regis Fieldman? Is that what you said? Regis Fieldman.
Fieldman.
No.
What's his name?
Oh my God. It's Regis Philbin.
Is it Regis and Kelly? Is that the show?
Yeah, Regis and Kelly.
That's what I'm thinking. Regis Philman.
It's not Philman.
Philbin.
There you go. Is that really 8 times the charm.
Jesus. I want you to know, I Googled it and then I pulled it up and went, that can't be it.
Why does this guy that I don't really know get a lot of hate? Well, maybe it's something you don't know.
That's why I'm asking you. You're supposed to be the educated one.
I mean, it's probably just because he's kind of like cringy humor. He's very like, I don't know, grandpa humor. I don't know how to explain it.
No,
I don't know if there's any
humor. That seems like enough.
I don't know if there's any actually controversial issues with him at all.
Oh, I don't know if it's controversial. I think people just don't like him. I'm sure lots of people do, but
he genuinely seems like a nice guy. Like his mannerisms are very much like if you met him in real life, he'd be real cool to just speak to.
He would annoy me. He seems a little too on.
You answered your own dumb question. Why are you wasting my time?
I just wanted to know if I had a reason for disliking him or if it was just prejudice.
You said it.
It's just I don't like you. I've been off-brand Regis filibuster.
And I have been waiting to spin the wheel, I guess.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that again. I was so
Oh my
distracted by Regis. I do this every fucking week. I don't know how
I'm aware.
I'm
I'm
still
aware.
alive, to be honest. All right. So we're spinning the wheel now. It's comedy, bitch. Hopefully it's funnier than this was.
Oh, thank Christ. I could just phone it in.
Okay, bye.
I mean, do more prep work for all this stuff. Thank you for listening to We Have That podcast at home. I've been off-brand Gamage, and make sure to feed your tapeworm today or suffer the wrath of Ganesh. I don't know.
Anyway, see ya.